Servus und willkommen zurück zu unserem Let's Play von Rosewater. Ich weiß noch ungefähr, wo wir aufgehört haben. Da machen wir jetzt einfach weiter. Wir wollten diese verlassene Schmiede untersuchen, um dieses Schmuckstück, war es eine Uhr, von unserem kleinen Taschendieb-Komplizen zurückzuholen. Mal schauen, was uns jetzt hier alles noch in den Weg gelegt wird. Ach ja, ich bin heute mal mit der Cam da. Ich probiere so ein bisschen hin und her, was mir besser gefällt, was vielleicht auch euch besser gefällt. Also gerne Feedback dazu. Hier haben wir noch eine Pfütze.
I hope that isn't the town water supply.
Oh ja, es ist der Brunnen. Gut, wir haben das Dictionary, ne? Ne, das Diary, sorry. Wir gucken mal.
Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles. This padlock's not going anywhere. Not without encouragement. Too bad I didn't bring my lockpicks. Or a hammer.
Wo die Lockpicks sind, wissen wir. Und hier, ihr wisst ja, hier hinter meinem Gesicht ist dieses Schlüssellexikon. No key for me. Und dann die Schlange und mach es lange. Lange richtig. Lange ist aber ein Substantiv hier. Aber es ist auch komisch geschrieben. Okay. Wir müssen eine Möglichkeit finden, wie wir bei dem Sheriff an die Diele hier kommen, ohne dass wir Verdacht erwecken. Aufsehen erregen. Ach, hier kann man noch weiter. Oder auch nicht. Gut, dann geh halt nicht dahin. Achso, es gab noch hier so ein... Ja.
End of the line. Until they connected up from the coast, anyway.
Lass noch mal gucken.
Welcome back, Miss Legere.
Haben wir noch was zu quatschen?
Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
What can I do you for?
Were you aware that a man was thrown from the window at the Rosewater Post?
Is that right? Who was it?
Never saw him before. Looked New Spanish.
Is he alive?
Yes, he's in Doc Sedgwick's care.
Well, that's good. Sounds like I need to have words with Joni, though.
A man in your position must have plenty to say about the town he serves.
Suppose that's true. But a stroll down Main will tell you most everything you need to know.
Just how long have you been the sheriff here, anyway?
Oh, a couple years now. Like most everyone else, I came to Rosewater in '48 when we thought the hills were full of Orem. Except I stayed when it turned out they weren't.
You were a prospector?
Yep. But it turns out lawman was a more stable career.
Aurum ist einfach Gold, oder? Au.
Anything of interest in the surrounding area?
Not really. The San Bernardino Valley don't offer much in the way of sightseeing. There's an army fort, Fort Beaumont, and an abandoned relic that used to be a laboratory. There's also an Indian village on the other side of the valley. But you'll want to steer clear. I've heard tell they can be real territorial. But all that's outside my jurisdiction. When you leave my town, you're taking your chances out there.
Okay. Bisschen was über die Personen erfahren. Mal schauen.
Can you tell me about Joan Gallagher?
Whew, I've yet to meet anyone with a more fiery temper. My advice is to stay on Joni's good side. You don't want to end up going out the window like that poor bastard.
Is Doc
True.
Sedgwick on the up and up, or is he one of those frontier quacks?
Oh no, Doc Sedgwick's tried and true. Well, he saved the town from a yellow fever epidemic just last year. The doc's pretty much the glue holding this town together. Leastways, that's what he's fond of telling everybody.
Oh ja,
What's the
Gentleman Jake.
story with Gentleman Jake?
Which one? If even half of them are true, he's a lion among men, a real Western hero. But you can catch his show while he's in town and hear it straight from the source.
Are you acquainted with Lola Johnson?
Not really. She mostly keeps to herself. As long as she don't cause trouble, I'm willing to overlook the squatting.
Lola Johnson? Wer war das?
I saw a lady coming out of the saloon earlier. She was older, fancy looking, sounded old country. Any idea who that is?
Can't say it rings any bells. Wonder what someone like that'd be doing in Rosewater.
Thanks for the chat, Sheriff.
Come back anytime.
Maybe it's time for you to talk to Joni. So, wir cheaten jetzt ein bisschen, also erlaubtes Cheaten, indem wir einfach anzeigen lassen, wo wir interagieren können. Da war ich, glaube ich, schon, aber gesucht habe ich hier noch nicht.
Nothing inside but a colony of ants. Shame. I could go for a sarsaparilla.
Achso.
Shame.
Es ist nur ein Interaktionsobjekt, okay. Okay.
Hello again.
Ich glaube, wir müssen ein bisschen mehr quatschen.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I wouldn't try talking to him just now, Miss Legere. I gave him a mild narcotic to numb the pain. He'll be out of sorts for a while.
He doesn't look half bad, all things considered.
No, he was lucky. Once I'm done here and the laudanum wears off, he should be right as rain.
Hey, Doc.
Miss Legere.
So, how's the medicine business?
What a question. I'm a physician, Miss Legere, not some two-bit snake oil salesman.
Didn't mean to imply you were.
I'm sure. At any rate, I've not had many patients of late. This poor soul is the only one this week. But that is the physician's dilemma, is it not? We are taught that idleness is a sin. But better that I am idle and the townsfolk healthy than my surgery be full of the ill and infirm.
Do that?
Got any knowledge to impart about Rosewater?
Oh, well, it's a fine town.
You don't sound too enthused.
I'm sure you'll find plenty to see and do here.
Give it to me straight, Doc. I want to know your thoughts on this
Enthused.
place. Warts and all.
Were Rosewater one of my patients, I would say the prognosis is not good. Not since all the Aurum claims dried up and the airship routes opened, leapfrogging over our rail line. The hangers-on keep this place gasping for breath, but I fear they only prolong the inevitable. I hope I haven't discouraged you, but you did ask my opinion.
You don't sound too enthused. Das ist interessant. Habe ich so noch nicht gehört.
If things are so bad, why not pick up and move elsewhere?
I swore an oath to do no harm, Miss Legere. As the town's only physician, leaving would mean abandoning my patients. There may not be many left to call on my services, but when they do, I am the only barrier standing between them and the grave.
Isn't that a bit dramatic, Doc?
Say what you will, I know where I stand on the matter.
Why not train somebody to take over for you?
I did have an apprentice not long ago, my ward, Nadine.
What happened to her?
Oh, this is no kind of life for a restless young person. I encouraged her to put her talents to use elsewhere. She's ministering to the local native tribe now.
Mhm. Die gehen aber tief, die Dialoge hier, huh?
Who is this tribe?
I'm afraid I don't know much about them, just that they have a small village somewhere in the valley. I believe they call themselves the Audam? Autumn? I'm not certain of the pronunciation. At any rate, they don't come to the town, and I imagine the townsfolk mostly let them be as well.
You must know all about the townsfolk.
I am well acquainted with all their ailments, proclivities, and vices, but if you're just seeking gossip, you'll have to find it elsewhere.
What are this fellow's prospects?
Surprisingly good. He's only suffered some contusions and abrasions, nothing broken. There isn't any reason he shouldn't be up and about by tomorrow. It would have been a different story if he'd landed on his head. The Lord smiled upon him today.
Too bad the Lord didn't smile before he went out the window. I'll see you later, Doc.
Do take care of yourself.
See ya. Noch irgendwas zum Begucken hier? Achso, mittlere Maustaste. Das hatten wir aber. Ah, nee, das hatten wir noch nicht. Was ist das?
What's in the pouch?
Oh, just some supplies for house calls and emergencies.
Kann der borrow? Ich probier's. Sie hat's echt genommen. Ich dachte, sie dreht sich um und sagt, glaubst du, ich bin so dumm? Aber sie hat's genommen. Okay.
Pretty common-looking leather pouch. The stuff inside isn't of much use to me.
Warum nehmen wir es dann? Komm, wir tun so, als wollten wir helfen.
Please leave the patient be, Miss Leger. He needs his rest.
Gib's ihm
I'd
zurück.
better not.
Ich will keine Diebin sein. Okay, ich bin eine Diebin. Ich glaube nicht, dass wir da nochmal rein müssen. Die Dorfbewohner interessieren sich alle nicht für mich, was okay ist. Hier geht es nicht weiter. Lass mal versuchen, da hinten noch nach links und rechts. Ich glaube aber nicht, dass das ging. Ich sollte nicht zu viel nuscheln. Sorry.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
The blacksmith's got a giant padlock on the door.
So?
So I'm not breaking into private property.
I told you the place is abandoned. Lola's squatting in there.
Ach, das ist die
Besides,
Lola.
it's not really breaking in if you're retrieving something stolen. Sheriff Gamble won't trouble himself over it, trust me. And if you run into Lola, I'm sure someone like you can handle her.
Wait here. I'll be back.
I look forward to it.
I'll be back. Ich würde gerne. Aber ich muss einfach mit allen quatschen. Vielleicht könnt ihr eine Schlägerei im Saloon anstoßen. Dann muss der Sheriff ausrücken, dann kann ich die Dietriche klauen.
Food delivery for the late.
Gentleman Jake's show will be starting at the theater soon. You won't want to miss a second of it. Gentleman Jake's show will...
Mhm. Understand. Understood.
You can keep your things, miss. I'm not...
Not interested.
You can keep your... You can...
Okay.
Gentleman Jake's show...
I bet that piano hasn't been tuned since the De Leon administration. She's making the best of it, though. Scenes from the wild country. A night campfire, a wild horse, and a bear in the mountains. Sure would be something to see all that up close and personal. Except maybe the bear. These seem to be for decoration more than...
Mhm.
These?
Beide. Und dann gibt's hier nichts. Schade. Ich gehe nochmal hier rein. Ich navigiere übrigens mit Doppelklick, also nicht wundern, wenn ich da
Good to see you again.
mich teleportiere.
Unless I want to write a piece of pure fiction, I should probably collect some material first. That cabinet's better organized than I'll ever be. Excuse
Hier
me?
noch was.
I'd love to chat, Miss Legere, but I'm a bit occupied at the moment.
Don't let me distract you then.
Sei nicht so höflich. Und hier gibt es nur eine Tür.
What do you need?
I don't want to seem ungrateful, but couldn't I write about something else? My style is more observational than, talking to people. I don't know that that's really my strong suit.
We're talking, aren't we? If you want to write for this paper, you're simply going to have to stretch yourself beyond what you might be accustomed to. Besides, it's not as if you have to say anything particularly brilliant. Just get your subject talking and take notes. Finish this assignment, and maybe the next one will be more to your liking.
I'd best be on my way.
Right, you are.
Jetzt hat sich der Ruf verändert. Wie soll ich das nur regeln?
That's quite a stick.
A memento from my grandfather back in County Donegal. Comes in handy now and again.
Hey, that's Devil's Tooth. I passed it on the train right here.
Quite a sight, isn't it?
Ach, das hatten wir auch schon. Lass mal gucken, was gibt's hier noch? That's basically it.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there.
Nochmal zum Sheriff.
Welcome back.
Aber wir haben alles mit ihm beredet, glaube ich.
Hey, Sheriff.
What?
Just saying hello.
I see. Well,
Does this cell see much use?
nah, not really. Well, that's fine by me. The less I have to clean out that pot, the better.
This fellow still at large?
Yep, but I reckon he's left the...
Hatten wir auch schon.
A lawman with a license? Guess Rosewater isn't so uncivilized after all. Does this license mean you went to sheriff's school?
No, it means I was officially elected to the position by the people of this town. The paper is really just a formality.
Reminder, confiscated items to be placed in the box below.
Das sind doch meine. Ah, I see. Warte. Flo. Hier über seine Schwestern fragen.
Hey, Sheriff,
Ma'am,
could you tell me about the ladies in this photo again?
those are my sisters, Lord bless them. Irma's a real sweetheart. Don't think I ever met a kinder soul. I hope she's doing well.
Got him.
Goodbye, Sheriff. Bin ich ja fast ein bisschen stolz darauf, dass es nicht 2 Stunden gedauert hat, bis ich da drauf gekommen bin. Ah.
Not the best quality lockpicks, but they'll do in a pinch. This should be easy to pick. Just have to remember that rhyme I taught Bill. Good thing I wrote it down in my journal.
Mhm. Wackle mit dem Schlüssel, um mit dem Spaß zu beginnen, und nimm dann die Schlange und mache es lange. Lange richtig.
A hook pick, good for locks with smaller pins. A hook pick. A diamond pick. This one's good for simple door locks.
Das ist auch noch ein.
Attention key. Don't pick locks without it.
Okay.
I should have this open in no time. It's just like the rhyme. Learned it by heart as a tyke and scribbled it down for posterity. Hellfire, am I losing my touch? Good thing I wrote down the rhyme in my journal before I lost all my wits.
Ah, Lange, lange richtig ist long, long right. Also wenn das nicht die Schlange ist, weiß ich auch nicht.
What am I doing wrong here? That damn rhyme. Long, long run is the part I'd better not forget.
Oder ist long für left, also links, links, rechts. Dann muss ich aber wieder die Schlange nehmen.
Hot damn!
Vielleicht ist deswegen lange auch groß geschrieben, damit man auf das L kommt. Keine Ahnung, kann sein.
Guess the devil won't be coming in here.
Das wollte ich eigentlich nicht drücken. Nicht zu Beginn.
That could be a good spot to stash something. Maybe the kid's watch is in there. Absolutely nothing. Emptier than that fool Jem's head. The Smithy's cold furnace. No watch, just old ash. Doesn't look too comfortable. Well now, what have we here? Got what I came for. Best not to stick around.
Hey, 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 hey. Wir haben die Kiste noch nicht angeschaut. Diary. Diarrhea. Außerhalb der verlassenen Schmiede. Der Einbruch in die Schmiede und das Auffinden des Gegenstands war ein Kinderspiel. Rein und raus und keiner hat was gemerkt. Was ein Aufwand. Die Show sollte mal besser verdammt gut sein.
Hey, kid,
Yeah?
here's your watch back.
No fooling. You actually got it?
They didn't used to call me Housebreaker Harley for nothing.
Hey, I'm impressed.
Anyways, that's my part of the bargain held up. You gonna let me in now?
Sure, go on. Oh, and thanks. I know we've had our tiffs, but I really do appreciate you getting this for me. My dear departed pa can rest easy again knowing his watch is back where it belongs.
That's not your watch at all, is it?
Well, it is now.
Kid, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce. Otherwise, the only way you'll be able to tell the time on that thing is by squatting over a mirror. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready for some thrills? Are you ready for some excitement? Are you ready for some fun?
Woohoo! Yeah!
Then without further ado, now present the star of our show, the last man standing at the Bleachbone Gulch Showdown. The only man to defeat Bastard Billy Boakes in a duel. The man who discovered a gentleman, then gifted it to an orphanage. Gentleman Jake Ackerman!
Yahoo! Thank you, Charlie, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gentleman Jake's Wild West. We got a heck of a performance for you today, but first, allow me to introduce my brave and loyal assistant, Danny Luo. Now let's get this show on the road. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you rope a steer. Keep it going, Danny. Maybe you'll lasso yourself one someday.
The sun beat down upon them as the duelists stood and stared. But Billy Boakes had never fought somebody so prepared. Jake drew his gun, and bang! The bastard crashed down with a thud. The legendary foe lay dead, defeated, in the mud.
And now for a most challenging proposition, perhaps the greatest feat of marksmanship to which a man can set his sights. You see those 5 juggling balls that Charlie keeps whirling aloft in such a dizzying display? Ladies and gentlemen, affix your eyes on that green ball in particular, and do not dare blink. For with but a single bullet, I will pluck it from the very air.
Big deal. You were practically next to him.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank y'all so much. You've been a truly magnanimous, magnificent, and majestic audience.
And you can take home a piece of the legend. Come on down to the Jack of Diamonds to get an autograph or a souvenir ferrotype. We'll be there until last call. Stop by and shake hands with Gentleman Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
So, sorry fürs Ausbuhen oder so, aber ich wollte alles mal ausprobieren. Ja, jetzt haben wir es gesehen. Sollen wir...
Locked.
Locked, okay. Da stehen sie.
I'm telling you, Jake, I need that money tonight.
You knew the deal going in, Charlie. There's nothing I can do about it.
We'll see about that.
Hope I'm not interrupting, gentlemen.
My friend here was just saying his farewells. Weren't you, Charlie? Please do pardon that unpleasant display. What can I do for you, my dear?
Name's Harley Legere. I'd like to interview you for the Rosewater Post.
Well, shucks, it would be my pleasure, Miss Legere. Shall we go upstairs to my room? Beats standing out here in the dust.
Lead on.
Miss
Lead on.
Legere, permit me to introduce my associate, Danny Luo.
We've met, actually. Not formally, I suppose. Nice to properly make your acquaintance, Miss Legere.
Likewise, Mr. Luo.
Please, you can call me Danny. Everybody does.
So what did you think of the show? Pretty spectacular, huh?
Ziemlich gut.
Yes, that's definitely the word for it.
I'm glad you think so. Shall we proceed with the interview?
Right.
True Story. Aber erstmal, man muss ja irgendwie anfangen. Pass auf, wir versuchen das wie ein Artikel aufzubauen.
How did you come to pick Rosewater as your latest venue?
Simple. Plenty of folk in this town are looking for a good show. I ain't so hoity-toity as to think El Presidio or Los Virgenes are the only places worth visiting. After spending all day bent double over a pan in a creek or working his keister off down in a mine, a man is entitled to some amusement, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
You're clearly a man of great deeds. Which would you say has been your greatest?
I value all my accomplishments equally, Miss Legere. To single any one out would diminish the others. I couldn't bring myself to do that.
What a noble sentiment.
I like to think so.
Is there anything that frightens the mighty gentleman Jake?
You know, somebody once told me, fear is only as deep as the mind allows. When you deal with the type of folks out on the frontier that I do, marauders, bandits, desperados, your fears have got to be shallow. Otherwise, you won't last 2 seconds.
What's something nobody knows about you? Give me something juicy.
I'm something of an open book, Miss Legere. Keeping secrets ain't really my modus operandi.
Come on, everyone's got secrets.
Oh, I think you'll find I'm not like most folk.
Hey, Jake, don't you have an appointment with Miss Sally this evening?
Damn, you're right. Sorry to cut things short, Miss Legere. I've got another
Nein.
engagement I need to prepare for.
I should have plenty for my article. I appreciate your time.
Well, I look forward to reading your story in the next edition. Danny, see the lady out, would you?
Good meeting you, Danny. Guess I'll see you around. Not to worry, gents. Jake's all yours. Hey, you were in the show. Nice juggling.
Thank you, ma'am. Jake, get your ass out here right now, you four-flusher.
Lass mal da bleiben und zuhören.
Now, what's all the ruckus?
Don't play the fool with me, Ackerman. You know damn well why I'm here. You might think you can give me the runaround, but I wonder if my friends here won't convince you to pay up.
Charlie. Didn't anybody ever tell you only cowards get others to solve their problems for them?
You slum-guzzling bastard. I'm gonna fix that wobbling jaw of yours.
Come on up here, then.
You sure you won't reconsider, Charlie?
Shut the hell up and get out of my way. McGuire, take care of the kid. Let's dance, cowboy. I suggest you clear out while you can, little lady. This could get ugly.
From where I'm standing, it's pretty damn ugly already. Hey!
So that's how you want it, huh? Fine. I'll let the boss deal with you when he's done.
Was ich machen?
You're in my way, you lummox.
And that's where I'm staying. We can do this all day. Oh no, you're not.
Dann hau doch ihm eine rein.
Hey, don't start any trouble, lady.
Huh. Bollingworth Ale. Didn't know they got that out here.
Hey, don't start any trouble, lady.
Whoopsie daisy.
Plündern, nackt ausziehen, Todesstoß.
Nothing on him but the stench.
Okay.
Hey, nice one.
Not the most honorable way of winning a fight, but these boys were hardly playing fair.
Hey, Charlie. Looks like your guys weren't as tough as you hoped.
Bam.
Whoo-wee. That got the old blood pumping.
You've got some interesting associates, Mr. Ackerman. If you'll excuse me, I have an article to write.
Hang on just a minute. I'd be a fool to just let you walk away after that performance. Come on back up here. I've got a business proposition that may interest you.
What about Miss Sally?
Oh, she can wait. All
Doesn't
right,
exist,
Miss
right?
Legere, I won't beat around the bush. Danny and I are looking to get some folks together for a job, and I think you'd make a damn fine addition to the team.
What sort of job?
Ever hear of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Das war der mit dem Dings City, ne? Aber ich sag nein, weil dann erklärt es mir.
No, I don't think I have.
He was the lead scientist researching that ethericity stuff. Before the ban, that is. Dr. Clark moved out here not long after the big disaster back in Lamplight City. He kept up his research, even did some demonstrations at the Opera House. Till one day, he just up and vanished. Nobody's seen hide nor hair of him in nearly a year.
Sie sagten, sie würden nicht im heißen... Nee, komm.
So is he dead or what?
Ich will alles
That's
wissen.
the thing. Nobody knows. But the real question is what he left behind. We're going in search of Dr. Clark's fortune.
Come again?
The feller was loaded. Somehow he managed to talk a bunch of big money investors from back east into financing his research. All those gizmos and doodads don't come cheap, you know? We find his stash, we'll all be rolling in it for years to come.
Stash? What stash? Surely it's all just numbers on a ledger somewhere.
Nope. I'm telling you, he kept his assets in cold, hard cash.
So you're looking to rob a man blind just because nobody knows where he is?
Now, nothing so uncouth as that. Picture this, a swashbuckling pirate captain, his vessel freighted with treasure. The vast fleets of law and order circling him, closing in. He digs a hole in the sands of some sun-kissed tropical beach to conceal his ill-gotten loot and makes himself scarce. Circumstance conspires to deprive him of the opportunity to return. Now, is the brave treasure hunter who seeks and unearths the bounty guilty of robbery? Or is he just returning to the world what would otherwise lie forgotten and worthless? See, we're not after Clark's personal wealth. The money in question was meant to bankroll his etheric research. Since that's been outlawed, he can't touch it, and it's a drop in the ocean for the investors. They'll never miss it.
How many folks are you planning on bringing into this?
That depends on what we find, but I promise you, we'll all get a fair split, enough to make it all worthwhile.
What's your plan?
Clark had a lab nearby, a couple miles outside of town. Last place anybody saw. We poke around there, retrace his steps, and it should lead us straight to the loot.
Uh-huh.
Now, call me crazy, but I get the impression you're not entirely convinced.
Sarkastisch. Man kann nur Nein sagen, oder wie? Ich bin dabei.
Truth be told, I'm not. Assuming this fortune even exists, which it probably doesn't, how do I know you won't just leave me for dead and take it all for yourself?
I admit we're asking you to put a lot of faith in us. Hell, I'd probably be just as incredulous were I in your position.
Mr. Ackerman's a good man, Miss Leger. He's never led me astray in all the time I've known him.
I appreciate it, Danny, but I think Miss Leger's gonna need a little more than just your word. Look, I've known quite a few moneyed folk in my time. They all got one thing in common. You know what that is?
I don't. Please, enlighten me.
They're good at keeping their money safe. Clark's cash is out there. I just know it. As far as your safety, you just took out a couple of brutes twice our size. It's plain to see you can take care of yourself.
I'm pretty good with my pistols, and Mr. Ackerman can talk his way out of anything. But we could use somebody who's good in the fights.
Besides, stick around old Jake long enough and you'll have enough material to write a whole book. Forget a measly little write-up in the local rag. I'm offering you a front row seat to a much better show. So, what do you say?
Count me in.
All right, Mr. Ackerman. I'm in. At the very least, this venture should make for an interesting tale.
I'm pleased to hear you say that.
You won't regret this, Miss Leger.
We'll set out for the lab at daybreak. And please, call me Jake.
Abenteuer.
Dr. Clark's laboratory is a short hike from Rosewater. After getting run out of Lamplight City, this is where he went to ground. A secluded desert facility where he could get up to who knows what. Jake, Danny, and I head there at first light to see what secrets he left behind.
Quite a sight, ain't it?
I'll say. What the hell was Clark doing out here?
That's a question for minds greater than ours, Miss Leger.
Alrighty, das ist ja quasi perfekt. Der sieht so bekannt aus. Haben die den von der Seite nicht, aber hier so von Frontface erinnert er mich tatsächlich an den Schauspieler. Naja, aber wir sind hier schon bei 45 Minuten. Ich muss mal hier einen Cut reinhauen. Und das passt ja wunderbar mit quasi, ich weiß nicht, ist es Akt 2? Wir nennen es einfach Folge 2. Die abgeschlossen ist quasi. Ich bedanke mich fürs Dabeisein. Gerne Feedback, ob mit Cam, ohne Cam, was auch immer ihr bevorzugt. Ich bin da recht offen und flexibel. Den meisten ist es, glaube ich, scheißegal. Ja, ich bin jetzt hier 2 Stunden drin. War es das Geld wert? Es ist ein Ticken hoch bis jetzt gefühlt, so Value for Price. Aber es fühlt sich nicht an, als müsste ich zurückgeben. Es liefert das, was ich so ein bisschen erwartet habe. Aber nicht im negativen Sinne oder im unspektakulären. Ne? Also es ist eine nette, amüsante Geschichte. Ich glaube, die machen wir weiter. Lass mir gerne ein Feedback da, ob du das ähnlich siehst, ob das gar nichts für dich ist oder doch. Mal schauen. Ich wünsche dir eine schöne Zeit und wir sehen uns, wenn du willst, in der nächsten Folge.